MC's already said, my name is Jake. I'm a fourth-year history student. And before anything, can I just say happy March 4th to all of us? Happy March 4th. I'm sure there's a lot of other fourth years, third years, people who've been around this community for a while who can say, I don't know if we ever would have been able to imagine a day like this today. Look around. Understand that on this campus, where we have always been called apathetic, ignorant, that we didn't care, we are out here demanding for what we know is our right. So, as a member of the UCSD Coalition for Educational Justice, I'm up here to present the demands that we, as students, both undergrad and grad, workers, faculty, and staff, have devised in order to show the administration that we're no longer going to idly sit and let them control our university, but that we have formed 5 clear demands, not unreasonable, things that can and will be implemented to regain this institution of higher learning. An institution of higher learning that does not see us as a priority anymore. Instead of treating us with the respect that we deserve, instead of knowing that we fund this school, they have disattached themselves from us, from the San Diego community, from underrepresented communities, from working class families, all in the name of siding with corporations and privileged communities. So we have this list of 5 demands to show them. Just to give them a little bit of a taste first, what we're letting them consider before we make them give it to us again. First and foremost, the demand is that we absolutely 100% demand affordability and accessibility for all students at this university. The California Master Plan for Higher Education, as started in 1960, was established with the idea that our university system would have 0 tuition dollars. A university that is free, open, and public for all. We demand that that be reinstated and updated, because as it stands, even in 1960, it excluded AB 540 students. It still had structures in place to eliminate the admissions of underrepresented and historically marginalized communities. And we are here once again to demand this accessibility and affordability for all, education for free. Secondly, we demand complete public support for our public university. That sounds like a contradiction, right? Why should we have to ask and demand that our public university be public? As it is now, the governor and the legislature in Sacramento, they don't see us as a priority. They're redistributing money away from us. We are not, in terms of their perspective, a public necessity. When 75% of UC graduates, that's over 1.5 million students, still live and work in California. How can they say that they don't need to respond to the public when we are the people driving this state, the society, the economy, and they're pushing us away? Thirdly, we demand respect and protection from our workers. Our workers here are beyond an integral part of this university. Without them, it would cease to function completely. So we demand that they are shown dignity and respect, because our public university belongs to the workers just as much as it does to anybody else. We demand the democratization of our university. As it stands now, the UC Regents, that's not democracy, it's despotism. Over the last year, the UC Regents granted Mark Yudof, president of the system, unconditional executive powers. He is in charge of our futures, and right now, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. As Buddy Sam said, we call bullshit. So we demand that the UC Regents, a board made up of businessmen and businesswomen with no experience in higher education, we demand that that name, it's no longer the Board of Regents, we demand it to be called the People's Board of the Representatives of the University of California. They are taking our money and deciding what's right with our future? No way. So we demand that the 7 ex officio members of the UC Regents boards get replaced with a coalition made up of undergrad, grad, and faculty. Who have an equal say, an equal vote in all University of California financial and structural decisions. And finally, we demand that this university be made accessible and connected to the public. And that's not just us here, it's communities around the state. How are young people supposed to know that it's not just a privilege, that this is just the next step for them if from an early age they don't feel connected to this institution? They don't know that this is just the springboard for whatever they want to do in their future. Imagine if everybody never questioned the fact of what they would do after high school. If they just assumed, if they knew that college was the next step for them. That starts from the early age of integrating these communities into our school, bringing them on campus, knowing that this is their place too. The administration keeps telling us to point to Sacramento. They tell us that Sacramento is keeping money from us. And while they are, we demand transparency from the admin. They're telling us that we're no longer a priority, that our education doesn't matter, and they don't even have the decency to tell us and show us where our money is going. So that's why we're out here today, fighting to reclaim what they tell us is a privilege, and when every single person out here knows this is our right.
Hell yeah!
So, to all these beautiful faces out here, I'm gonna ask it one more time, and I want to hear it loud and clear so it rings throughout this whole state. Whose university?
Our university!
Whose university?
Our university!
Thank you.